Inkling is all about ink. Roller is going to, as he moves across the stage, covered in ink, he's going to take more damage to bury any enemy that hits it. The higher the opponent's damage is, the longer they will be buried. Ink to use certain moves, so I can actually throw it back on right now.
Not yet. Backed by extremely popular demand, I have for you all another Smash Ultimate in-depth analysis. We're sticking with the heavies again, but this time around I wanted to focus on how an existing character has changed. And since it seems Smash Ultimate is all about speed and aggression, I wanted to see how the King of Koopas himself, Bowser, fared. And let me just tell you now, Smash 4 Bowser wasn't a slouch in the aggression department, but Smash Ultimate Bowser?
Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and then never wanna make. Damn!
Now since I don't want to spend an extra 10 minutes repeating, this is the same, this is unchanged, this is like Smash 4 over and over again, I will only be mentioning things in the video I have observed or have been shown to have changed in some way. If it is not brought up in the video, assume it is identical enough to Smash 4 not to matter. So, let's get into this then. Starting with the basics, his jab has a new animation. He now starts with an open palm strike before hitting with a closed fist on the second jab. Functionally, this move is very similar to Smash 4, though it does do less damage. Jab now does 4% instead of 5, and Jab 2 does 6 instead of 6.5. This, combined with many reports that jab cancels are less viable, will mean that jab will be less strong in the neutral overall. His F-tilt also has a new animation. Bowser now pulls his arm back instead of holding it out like in Smash 4. This leads some people to believe it has less range, though I think the range is the same or close to it and he just pulls his hurt box back afterwards. Everything else about the move is identical, however. His down tilt has gotten somewhat of an overhaul. In Smash 4 it was a simple big damage kill option, with the first hit rarely linking into the second. Now the second hit comes out much faster, only about 5 frames after the first, which is twice as fast as Smash 4. It also seems to trip, as according to both Nairo and DeluxeMenu, one of the premier Bowser mains in Smash 4, the first hit of down tilt, quote, usually trips at low percent.
Does down tilt always trip?
This could be huge, because if trips take the same number of frames as in Smash 4, down tilt could give the user up to 9 frames of straight up advantage before the tech chase even starts. Unfortunately, the damage had to take a hit to compensate. It now only does 13% total damage, where the first hit does 6 and the second does 7. That is a drop of 8 and 4% respectively. Reportedly, the knockback at higher percents is still good, so overall I think this is a decent utility buff for the move. Up smash got a little change too. The damage of its sour spot hitboxes went up 1% from 15 to 16. Not much, but hey, it does make a difference. Down smash, however, is completely different. Instead of spinning in his shell as he did in Smash 4, Bowser now rakes side to side with his claws. This move comes out a tiny bit slower than its Smash 4 counterpart, with the first hit coming active in 12 frames as opposed to 10. However, its utility is much higher. Aside from the obvious range buff, down smash can now reportedly hit people at ledge much better, and is a much stronger move knockback-wise in general. The damage isn't bad either, with 16% on the first hit, matching Smash 4's, and 15% on the second. With the ability to do any smash attack out of a dash, as well as its ability to cover directional air dodges, I can see this being a very popular new tool in Bowser's arsenal. Now for Bowser's grab game, and if you have played Bowser in Smash 4 in the past couple years, then you know how important this aspect is for his meta. Well, I have some good news and some bad news. The bad news is, it doesn't seem like he has his up throw kill confirm anymore. This is pretty huge, as that setup single-handedly took Bowser from top of low tier to top of mid tier. The good news is, he has a few little buffs to offset that loss, the first being that Bowser's grab itself is faster, coming out frame 7 instead of frame 9. This will significantly improve his out of shield punish window. The second small buff is that down throw now does an insane 14% of base damage, up from 12% in Smash 4. This is by far the most damaging normal throw I have observed yet, and will come in handy for when you want to deal damage without staling your killing forward and back throws. Speaking of dealing damage, up throw deals a lot more of it, now racking up a solid 11.5% of base damage as opposed to its measly 6% from Smash 4. The knockback also seems pretty respectable as well, It may not seem to confirm into a kill yet, but I have confirmation from DeluxeMenu that it still combos into up air at lower percents, which, combined with the damage buff, means up throw will retain some of its fearsome reputation, if not all. Oh, and a little minor thing I forgot to mention is his pummel is weaker, dealing about half the damage it did in Smash 4, but it's also twice as fast, meaning you'll be able to do the same damage give or take as you were before, while also unstaling more of your moves. Now, for his aerials, pretty much every aerial in Smash Ultimate has had its lightning lag cut by some amount, and Bowser is no exception to this rule, so I'll just rapid fire through the lightning lag changes right now. Fair is down from 24 frames to 14 frames, a 10 frame difference. This is huge. Dare is down from 40 frames to about 35, one of the smaller buffs, but I'm sure they didn't want this move to be spammed. Bear is down from 40 frames to 24, an absolutely massive 16 frame buff that will make this move actually threatening to land with. Up air is down from 28 frames to about 18, a solid 10 frame buff, though I do not see it making much difference in how the move is used. And finally, Nair was very hard to tell from the analysis just how much it was buffed, but my best estimate is 5 frames, taking it from 20 to 15. This is, according to DeluxeMenu, enough to make it a viable combo starter. Okay, now landing lag aside, some of Bowser's aerials got a few other small changes. Bowser's up air seems to have a new sour spot on it, as I've seen it do both 13 and 15% base damage. Nair has had its damage tweaked as well. It used to do a simple 6% per hit in Smash 4. But in Smash Ultimate, from what I can tell, it deals 5% on the hand hitboxes and 6% on the feet hitboxes. This is the best explanation I could come up with to explain the huge variation in damages it was dealing. Moving on to his specials, things get pretty interesting. First things first, his neutral B. It allegedly does not have the weaker, flinchless hitbox present in its Smash 4 counterpart. This will help make it a more consistent move to use overall. His side B has undergone a few changes as well. First off, it is faster, at 6 frames instead of 8, which matches some of the fastest grabs in the game. The animation is also a little different. Bowser now spins his opponent on the way down like he is performing an Azuna drop. These positive changes are somewhat offset by the fact it no longer auto-cancels when you land with it, instead keeping the same FAF of 50 no matter what. This is actually slightly slower than Smash 4's. Finally, his up B has arguably gone through the biggest renovation. The grounded version now does slightly more damage on its last hit, up to 6% from 4. This brings the total damage up to 13%, and since the last hit is what does the knockback, it is plausible that up B will kill sooner as well, which is nice. What's nicer is now Bowser's aerial up B has a final hitbox on it, and apparently does decent knockback as well, making it act similar to moves like Screw Attack. This is already a huge improvement, as in Smash 4 the opponent would always be able to punish up B even if it landed every hit, because they wouldn't be launched away enough to overcome its lag. Now it's a much more viable option that, according to some players, can be comboed into for a ladder combo of sorts. We will have to see how that is optimized, but I'm very optimistic. That's all the changes to his moveset covered more or less, but there are a few changes to Bowser's character traits in general that I think need to be addressed. First of all, we have a ton of people saying Bowser is faster, but I was skeptical and thought that this was mostly due to the dash and jump mechanics being different in Smash Ultimate. In order to test if his actual run speed was improved, I compared this clip of Bowser running from this block of Sky World to this one. After showing frame by frame, I can conclude that if Bowser's run speed is actually faster, it isn't by a significant enough margin to make a real difference. Though Bowser did benefit the most from the jump squat changes, being able to leave the ground a whole 5 frames faster, and essentially shaving a huge amount of startup off of all of his aerials. And it's not like Bowser was slow in Smash 4 to begin with. He should still be plenty fast enough to get the job done. Another passive trait that was tweaked in Ultimate for Bowser is his Tough Guy armor. In Smash 4, this light armor had very limited use, only tanking 19 points of knockback, which is enough to armor through things like Luigi Fireball or Mega Man pellets, but not much else. In Smash Ultimate, the armor seems to have been cranked up. Here we can not only see him tanking Mewtwo's multi-hit jab, but also the multi-hits of Mewtwo's up smash. Assuming knockback is calculated the same way as in Smash Ultimate as it is in 4, which is admittedly a big assumption, I calculate those hitboxes to do about 25 to 30 points of knockback respectively. So as a rule of thumb, I would estimate Bowser's Tough Guy armor to be at least 57% stronger than it was in Smash 4. Obviously we don't know the specifics until the game is out, but this does match up very well with the reports from players about it. And finally, like a lot of other fighters, Bowser has had his final smash change to be more short and sweet. Instead of transforming into Giga Bowser and trying to get something accomplished with Brawl Bowser's moveset, he instead decides to become even larger and simply punches opponents into the screen in an homage to Baby Bowser from Yoshi's Island. And those are all the changes I could find on Bowser so far. I'm really excited about all the little changes here and there they made and how they add up to a character that will probably play much differently. What do you think of the changes made to Bowser? Do you think they're good, or do you miss his older incarnations? Leave a comment below. Follow my Twitter at this handle for updates on videos I'll be making, as well as some other random Smash Ultimate facts I've been able to find. Thanks for watching.